Hello everybody, I'm Sly the Fox, and today, let's talk about something. Let's talk about demos, auditions. Really the same thing. If you hadn't noticed, I just posted a animation slash character demo reel, like yesterday as of recording this. So I'll take you through the process that I took to make that, and then since the process I used to audition is so similar, I'll also go through that. So, without further ado, let's get into that. Alright, so let's start. Demos. What is a demo? A demo is a demonstration of not voices, but different tones you can do. The tone you use, the pitch you use, the pacing and breathing you use with all that put together creates a new voice, and that's what you do with the demo. You throw together a couple of those different variations, and you get different voices. Now that's going to be a little different depending on what kind of demo you're doing. Since I'm in the process of making a second demo for commercials, I'm not going to go through the exact same process I used for animation and character. It's going to be a bit more straight, a bit more narrow. It's not going to be as much variety in the voices, because I'm not putting as much character and personality into those voices as I would with a character in animation. So, first step, understand what you want to make a demo in. Alright? Because if you're trying to make a demo for, say, commercial, which I'm doing right now, I've been working on animation and character demos. I've been auditioning for character and animations. So I have to take time to not only practice, but look at and see what other people are doing to understand what I need to do to actually make something in that genre. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to study. You need to have a little bit of understanding in what you're doing. So that's that. The second thing you need to do, scripts. Really hard for some people. Harder for me because I enjoy writing. I enjoy writing scripts. I like to call myself a detail writer. I focus in I'm not that great at writing dialogue because I can get super focused on the color and texture of a door sometimes. It's very hard for me. But with scripts, when I'm focused entirely on dialogue, I find that a lot easier. But again, that's animation and character. When it comes to commercial, I tend to mess up quite a bit, and it just messes me up completely. So unfortunately, I do have to use AI for this, and I do have to cross-reference several things. So what I did was I had AI, I used Claude for it, give me 5 separate example lines. I chose my favorite. No, so what I did is I had it give me 5 genres that I could do that would work well with my voice. And then I had it give me 5 different example lines for every single one of those genres. And then I chose my favorite and edited them to what I thought would read the best for me. So I actually do have a paper of that. I'm going to go grab that. Alright, here we go. Commercial demo reel. We have 5 different genres. We have a studying type commercial. We have a health type, food, gaming, and then another one in studying. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go set up my stuff, but I'm going to first read this to you kind of in a dry read so that you kind of understand. I like to do dry reads first. I learned this from Robert Vienna. Great guy. Started the Day One voiceover, and he's been doing it for about a year. So if you want to see it from a beginner, 100% suggest checking him out. Absolutely amazing. The progress he's made, and extremely helpful. But this is... So, dry read, and then I give 3 different things. Alright, so let me explain something first. When I audition, I started doing an AA, BB, CC, or AAA, whatever I think works best. For demos, what I do is I'll give it a dry read, and then I record it 3 times and leave it for a day. I don't know where I heard this, but I know I heard someone say, or something say, read it somewhere, that you should not choose that audio the day of because your mind will play tricks on you. So even if it's not true, it's really helpful. I tried listening to recordings that I had recorded earlier, and then I listened to it the next day, and you can tell a difference because when you're in the zone right after you're recording, you think something sounds better because you felt like that was the best you did. So your thoughts are playing tricks on you. The next day when you come back and you listen to those, you say, oh, wow, this one sounds a lot better. And then you can take pieces of each of those and you can stick them together. I'll show you how to do that. But first off, let's do a dry read, and then I'll set everything up, and then I will take you through the recording process with me. First up, we have Cleverpath. So, everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. Cleverpath organizes your notes, quizzes you before test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. Cleverpath. Study less, learn more. Calmora. There's that feeling right before school, before the thing you've been dreading all week. Breathe. Calmora is there for that moment, and the one after, and the one after that. Calmora. Breathe through it. Splitwise snacks. So we were supposed to split it evenly, but it was just gone. Splitwise snacks. Some things weren't meant to share. Rival Edge Gaming. New season, new gear. New reasons your opponents don't stand a chance. Rival Edge Gaming. Win like you mean it. Grade Shift. I'm not saying this app fixed my grades, but my grades are better, and the app is there. I'm just saying. Grade Shift. Study less for better results. Alright. My voice. I could definitely hear it taking on some of that read quality there. I did not stick to my dry read, which is a little disappointing, but not, again, it's not crucial. You don't exactly need to do it. I just like to do it to get a feel for it, so I'm not devastated. But yeah. Alright, let's set this up and get recording. Alright, hello everybody. Sorry about that. Took me a second to set everything up. I'm not sure if OBS is recording correctly. It should be. If it's not, I will have to sync some things later, which will be annoying, but it needs to be done. So, let's get into this. We've already done the dry read. I forgot to record on Audacity. Whatever. We set it up. So, we've already done the dry read, so that part's easy. So, up next, what we're going to do is we're going to do the three reads for every one, and then tomorrow I'll come back, listen to it, edit everything, and then I will be done with it, post it so you guys can see the final results. So here we go. First up, we have Cleverpath. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. Cleverpath organizes your notes, quizzes you before test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. Cleverpath. Study less, learn more. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. CleverPath organizes your notes, quizzes you before a test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. CleverPath. Study less, learn more. CleverPath. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. CleverPath organizes your notes, quizzes you before a test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. CleverPath. Study less, learn more. Alright, so looking at this, I can actually see that CleverPath and GradeShift have two very similar taglines. So I'm going to use a different one for GradeShift. I have this one crossed off, so I will just use the one I have crossed off, which is draw your own conclusions. But I need to write that down real quick so I don't forget. Alright, I was just looking over that. It turns out I was recording on my laptop mic, which absolutely sucks, but we're gonna have to do this again. So, let me fix this real quick. Wonderful. Alright. So here we go. 3 reads, leave it for tomorrow, come back, edit everything, and we'll be done. So, first up, CleverPath. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. CleverPath organizes your notes, quizzes you before test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. CleverPath. Study less, learn more. CleverPath. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. CleverPath organizes your notes, quizzes you before test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. CleverPath. Study less, learn more. Everyone's studying harder. I'm studying smarter. CleverPath organizes your notes, quizzes you before test, and actually explains the stuff your teacher went too fast on. You're welcome. CleverPath. Study less, learn more. There we go, that's 3. So as you're gonna find out tomorrow, I can tell from just the plain audio I just read there, I'm going to have quite a bit of editing to do just because I kept stumbling over words. But I'm not gonna read it. I'm gonna try not to read it more than 3 times because I don't want to overthink it. Kalmora. That's the next one. There's that feeling right before school, before the thing you've been dreading all week. Breathe. Kalmora is there for that moment, and the one after, and the one after that. Kalmora. Breathe through it. So I'm getting a bit of a calmer vibe here, so we're gonna be a little calmer, a little lower tone. There's that feeling right before school, before the thing you've been dreading all week. Breathe. Kalmora is here for that moment, and the one after, and the one after that. Kalmora. Breathe through it. Then I'll try giving it a bit more emotion. There's that feeling right before school, before that thing you've been dreading all week. Breathe. Kalmora is here for that moment, and the one after, and the one after that. Kalmora. Breathe through it. Alright. So I think I'm actually going to turn this into 2 videos. Yeah, I'll turn this into 2 videos so you can see what I did today and what I did tomorrow, and what I do tomorrow. Next up, we have split Y snacks. So we were supposed to split it evenly. Nope, don't like that. Okay, let's try that again. So we were supposed to split it evenly, but then it was just gone. Split Y snacks. Some things weren't meant to share. So we were supposed to split it evenly, but then it was just gone. Split-wise snacks. Some things weren't meant to share. So we were supposed to split it evenly, but then it was just gone. Split-wise snacks. Some things weren't meant to share. Rival Edge Gaming is up next. So, it's gaming, so we're going to put a bit more emotion into it. New season, new gear. New reasons your opponents don't stand a chance. Rival Edge Gaming. Win like you mean it. New season, new gear. New reasons your opponents don't stand a chance. Rival Edge Gaming. Win like you mean it. Okay, let's tone that down a little bit. New season, new gear. New reasons your opponents don't stand a chance. Rival Edge Gaming. Win like you mean it. Alright, so I'm obviously going to edit that last win like you mean it, because I don't like that. Okay, last one. Grade shift. Here we go. I'm not saying this app fixed my grades, but my grades are better, and the app is there. I'm just saying. Grade shift. Draw your own conclusions. I'm not saying this app fixed my grades, but my grades are better, and the app is there. I'm just saying. Grade shift. Draw your own conclusions. I'm not saying this app fixed my grades, but my grades are better, and the app is there. I'm just saying. Grade shift. Draw your own conclusions. Alright, so tomorrow, I can already tell I have a lot of editing to do. So, that will be fun. Right, so I guess I will take you through the audition process now. It's really no different than what just happened. Very similar. The only thing that would be different is I'd be giving more emotion. So, I actually had recorded this video yesterday, and I think it was 2 days ago, and what ended up happening was OBS did not record properly, and it was bad to the point that I was not able to let's just say the video did not record properly. Maybe half the none of the visual showed up, so Audacity was not recording, and then half the video had audio, so it wasn't recording like anything that entire time. About 30 minutes of that. So, the auditioning process would be a little different in that, like I said, I'd be applying for more characters, so let me actually... I could probably just do my lines from my own character animation demo. Let me go grab those. Alright, so, okay. Do apologize, I have quite a bit here. Alright. I like to be organized, even though I'm not really. So I have binders full of things now. Alright. So, this right here is this is what I used to record. I took out these pieces of paper, and so you can see, like I was saying earlier, I have the 5 different examples. I edited them, as you can see, to something I liked. And then I took my favorite, and I changed it, for the most part. So you have this one, the 5, this one, which was just straight up script that I just took from everything. This one I was not able to change much because I'm not used to doing this. So you can see a lot of connection between this one right here. This one I enjoyed writing. This one I enjoy writing about villains, so this script was fun. You got this one, you got this one, you got this one. We got a couple. So I'm going to, since I've already recorded them, I'm not exactly concerned about recording or reading them too much. So what I'll do is I will read them for you 3 different times and have some fun with it. So the way I'd audition is I'd look at the script, I'd see who that person I'm auditioning for is, and then I'll let that decide how I do the voice, whether I'm gonna be a bit more nasally and sound like a nerd, which I am actually supposed to sound like this for an audition soon, but I'm trying to avoid it because I don't like this voice. But yeah, for these I did not change my voice much because I felt like the pacing and the tone and emotions conveyed felt like enough to me, to the point I didn't have to really change my voice. I think the one I changed my voice on the most would be the enthusiastic person, in which I was talking up here a lot because I was really excited and enthusiastic, and yeah. So, but I'll read 3 of these. I'll read my favorites. So, here we go. The sarcastic one, because sarcasm is my family's love language. But here we go. 3 reads. I've done the dry read multiple times, so I'll be good. Escape. Extraordinary idea. If only someone thought to plan that part. Escape. Extraordinary idea. If only someone thought to plan that part. Escape. Extraordinary idea. If only someone had thought to plan that part. So, different emotions there. Would be my next favorite. I guess we can do the comic relief I was talking about earlier. If this works, I'm a genius. If not, I'm blaming you. If this works, I'm a genius. If not, I'm blaming you. If this works, I'm a genius. If not, I'm blaming you. So if you listen to my demo, you can actually hear that there's a difference between what I'm reading right now and my final result for the demo. And that was because I'm not trying to read the same as I did then. And not only that, but those were multiple audio clips I stuck together because I did not like some of the parts, but I liked others. So I cut it in half, stuck it together. And it sounded a lot better than what I had, so that's something I'll show you tomorrow. And then I don't want to do the crying, but that one was fun to do, just kind of getting into that mood. But we can do the villain. So here we go. Monsters are only terrifying because they resemble the worst of humanity. Monsters are only terrifying because they resemble the worst of humanity. Monsters are only terrifying because they resemble the worst of humanity. So that would be how I read my auditions. That would be how I go over them. But that is basically it for today. I will probably have this out by tomorrow, and I will be working on the editing tomorrow. So maybe, see if today's Thursday, tomorrow will be Friday. So maybe Sunday I should have the second part out. But I'm already enjoying this. I hope you guys learned something. I'm always learning something from these. So, have a great day, I guess. Sly the Fox, out.